Has your dog ever suddenly started licking your hand, your face, or even the same spot over and over again, almost like they're trying to tell you something, but you just can't understand it? They lick you when you're happy, when you're sad, even when nothing seems to be happening at all. But here's the truth. None of it is random. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what each type of licking really means. 1. They lick your hands. It usually happens in the most ordinary moments. You reach down, and your dog starts gently licking your fingers, your palm, sometimes over and over again. Most people think this is just affection, like a simple, "I love you" in dog language. But that's only part of the story. Dogs experience the world primarily through scent and taste. Your skin carries salt, sweat, and tiny chemical signals that tell them where you've been, what you've touched, even how you're feeling. So when they lick your hand, they're not just bonding, they're gathering information. In a way, it's like they're scrolling through a feed about you, reading updates you didn't even know you were posting, who you interacted with, where you went, what state you're in. So yes, it's affection, but it's also curiosity. And more than anything, it's their way of understanding you on a level you can't see. 2. They lick your face. It usually happens suddenly. Your dog jumps up, gets close, and starts licking your cheeks, your nose, even your mouth before you can react. Most people see this as pure love, like your dog is overwhelmed with affection and just can't hold it in. But there's something deeper behind it. In the wild, puppies lick the faces of adult dogs as a way of showing submission and respect. It's a survival behavior, one that signals, "I trust you, I follow you, I'm not a threat." So, when your dog licks your face, it's not just excitement or love. It's also a recognition of your role. You're not just their friend, you're their leader. And that small, playful moment, it carries a message that's been passed down through generations of instinct. So yes, it feels like affection, but underneath it, it's also loyalty, trust, and a quiet form of submission you might not have even noticed. 3. They keep licking the same spot. You might notice it when they're lying down, constantly licking their paw, the floor, or even a specific object, like it's the only thing that matters. Most people assume it's harmless, just a weird little habit, something dogs do when they're bored. But this is where things start to change. Repetitive licking can be a response to stress, anxiety, or even overstimulation in their nervous system. It's similar to how humans might tap their fingers, bite their nails, or scroll endlessly without realizing it. It becomes a way to self-soothe. But if it happens too often or too intensely, it can also point to something deeper: skin irritation, discomfort, or an underlying health issue. So what looks like a small repetitive behavior might actually be your dog trying to cope with something they can't explain. It's not just a habit. It can be a signal. And sometimes it's the only way they know how to ask for help. 4. They lick you when you're sad. It's one of those quiet moments. You're sitting still, maybe staring at nothing, and your dog slowly comes closer, gently licking your hand or your face without any excitement. Most people think it's just coincidence, that the dog simply wants attention at the wrong time. But there's something more happening beneath the surface. Dogs can detect subtle changes in your body through scent, shifts in hormones, stress chemicals, even the way you're breathing and posture change. To them, you don't just look different, you smell different. And when they notice that shift, they respond. That gentle licking isn't random. It's their way of engaging, of reconnecting, of trying to bring you back to a calmer state, almost like saying, I'm here. So what feels like a simple gesture is actually a form of emotional awareness, because your dog isn't just reacting to you in their own way, they're feeling with you. 5. When they lick excessively. Not just once or twice, but over and over, almost nonstop. You might see it late at night or in quiet moments. Your dog licking their paws, your hand, or even the air like they can't seem to stop. At first, it looks harmless, maybe even comforting. But this is the point where you need to pay attention. Because excessive licking isn't just behavior. It's a signal. It can come from stress that hasn't been released, from a lack of stimulation, or from an internal discomfort they don't know how to express. Sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's physical, and sometimes it's both at the same time. Dogs don't have language the way we do. They don't explain what hurts or what's overwhelming them, so instead, they repeat actions again and again until something changes. What looks like a simple habit might actually be a loop they're stuck in, a way to cope, a way to regulate, or a way to ask for relief. And this is where everything shifts. Because once you start seeing these behaviors as communication, you stop asking, why is my dog doing this? And you start asking, what are they trying to tell me? Because they're not doing it for no reason. They're trying to be understood. So what looks random isn't random at all. Every time your dog licks you, your hands, your face, the same spot over and over, it's not just a habit. It's communication, a language that doesn't use words, but still carries meaning. You thought it was just affection, but sometimes it's curiosity, sometimes it's instinct, and sometimes it's a signal you weren't meant to ignore, because your dog isn't just reacting to the world around them. They're constantly interpreting it, reading you, responding to things you don't even realize you're showing. And that means there are probably dozens of behaviors you've seen and misunderstood. The way they stare at nothing, the way they follow you from room to room, the way they suddenly freeze or refuse to move. None of it is random. So now I'm curious. What's one behavior your dog does that you've never fully understood? Drop it in the comments. And if you want to start seeing your dog in a completely different way, make sure you're following, because in the next video, we're breaking down even more behaviors that seem normal, but actually reveal something much deeper. Because the truth is, you might be living with a mind you've never truly understood.